Hi, Gisselle. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Welcome, everybody.
So happy and very excited because, this is my second international live, with America. So it's incredible,
That is
the
awesome.
digital area. It's, sometimes we can criticize, but in some other ways, it's very incredible because they help us to be in contact, like, look, we
It
are.
is it is an amazing tool, and especially now in these moments that we are going through. I mean, this is the best. This is the best that could happen to us, having the opportunity of connecting even when we can't go out. I always says with the online tools, we can't go out, but we can get into their houses of everybody. So it is awesome having the opportunity, and I feel honored of sharing with you in your program.
So usually it's me that I do the introduction and the presentation of the guest, but since your English is much better than mine, I let you introduce yourself.
Oh, well, okay. My name is Gisselle Lamb. I am from the Dominican Republic. I used to live for 10 years in Italy. So Italy is my second country. I'm Italian also, and now I've been living here in the United States for since 2013. Since 2013, and I am a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. I'm an executive director, and I'm a mentor. I'm a pastor. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I have 3 dogs. and
So you are a
and
woman with superpower.
well I try to use I try to what I did is I discovered my strengths, and I try to maximize them and putting them into everybody's service. In the meantime, I work in my flaws because I'm not perfect and I'm a work in progress. But I try to see success. Is the definition of success is finding your purpose, discovering your strengths, and then putting them to the service of others. So, and once you do that, you can be a successful person. And I try to do this every day. I try to add value to people every day. So it may be here in the house, it may be in my ministry as a pastor, it may be as a coach, as a mentor. The important thing is adding value every day to somebody. And that's why I feel so connected with you, Valentina, because you are a person adding value every day to others. And it's amazing. I was telling you the other day how amazing is that such a young age, you have already accomplished so much. And that tells a lot about a person that knows their purpose in life. So I am honored to be part of this transmission, and I am a little bit of me. I am also licensed in the personality, in the DISC personality, and what is the behavior in people. So that is what we are going to be talking a little bit here, how using our personalities and knowing our personalities, we can have a better communication with our families.
Yes, it's very important. You talk about the purpose, and this is true. It's one of the most important things that every person have to know in their life is to know the purpose of his life. The mission.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
this is something that, thanks God, I know. And
Mhm.
I discover, it's a long work. It's always in work in progress because, the purpose and
Yes.
the mission, it can change, with the evolution of your life at the
Yes.
same time. And you say that I reach already many goals, but for me, it's always never enough.
Never know.
I
Okay.
always want to
Yes.
do more and help more people. And
We will never finish. We will never
just before
finish.
to start our life, I say yes, okay, I open a charity association. I start to help people in needs in Nepal. I built an orphanage, But nowadays, more people, almost everybody is in need. Everybody, as you know, today we're going to talk about family. Family now
Mm-hmm.
are in need because they live under the same roof. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, living in the same area, in the same house for such a long time without the possibility to go out is difficult, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
today, our help to those people is to
Yes.
just give some tips about how to communicate, and you are the best person to do this. I'm very happy to share
Thank
this
you.
knowledge with the others.
Thank you. How long do we have in this live? I mean, how long can we go with the live?
So actually, the live, we can speak 30, 40, 45 minutes,
Okay,
no problem.
good,
And
good.
we'll share the first 50 minutes on IGTV. But
Okay.
after that, I will try to put it on the longer version on YouTube as well, because I think it's very important that
Mm-hmm.
our message remain.
Yes. Okay. When you were talking about purpose, it is said that the two most important days in your life is when you are born and when you discover why, for what. So it is not when your kids are born, it is not when you got married, it is when you are born, and the second one is when you know why, for what is the purpose, what is the reason for which you are here, for which you are here on this earth. And just let me know when we can start, and I can start talking to you about it, about family communication in times of crisis.
You are ready to start, and I'm super excited to, you know, learn more about this.
Okay, perfect. John Maxwell, my mentor, John Maxwell is the leadership expert, the number one leadership expert in the world. And he is my mentor. And he has a book called The 15 Laws of Growth. And he talks about the law of awareness. And the law of awareness says that you must know yourself to grow yourself. So when we know how we are wired, we learn to recognize what are those behaviors we present, especially when things are getting a little bit out of our control. In other words, we learn to recognize our stress triggers. Okay, so knowing our personality is very valuable, especially during these tough times, where we must be not only with ourselves, but with others, especially with our family. And if you not only learn to recognize the aspects of your personality, but the aspects of others' personalities, your communication improves dramatically. And what we may think is the end of the world because I have to be locked in 24/7 with my family can become a platform to improve our relationship, and we can come out of this stronger than ever.
Yes.
So today, what I would like to do is to share with you some tools we can use with ourselves and our family members in the middle of this situation or any adversity at all. I know that right now, more than one of you is here in this transmission with some thoughts or saying something like this, like, I am trying to be a loving partner. And I am trying to be an understanding family member. And I am trying to be a good parent and spend time with my children and helping them with their school work and having the time to play with them. But at the same time, I'm trying to get my own work done. And it's hard. It's not easy. And I'm trying for there to be peace in my house, but this is just so difficult.
Yes.
And I'm sure anyone here dealing with that reality, I mean, I know that many of us deal with this reality. So these tools apply to every member of the family. It may be with your spouse, it may be with your partner, with your brother, your sister, even with your mother-in-law. And also it works with our kids. And I want to give you, Valentina, and to your audience, different strategies both for adults and kids, where we can, first of all, recognize certain aspects of our personalities, and then recognize the stress triggers, and then how we can distress our home by really connecting through our family's area of strength. And then my favorite part, how we can connect with our kids using loving statements that speak to that area of strength. See, it is not enough to tell our kids, you are amazing. We need to be specific with their strengths, because today, more than ever, we need to learn to demonstrate to them that their strengths, our kids' strengths, are valuable for us, because they need to feel safe. In the middle of all this uncertainty, our kids need to feel safe and listened at home. So what I will do is I will start by sharing you some behaviors, okay? And maybe you can see yourself or a family member reflected in one of these groups. And what I will suggest is for you, the ones that are listening, to take a piece of paper and to take your pen and to take notes. And I will basically divide us in 4 groups. So you can even make a big cross on the paper, and you can put group number 1, group number 2, number 3, number 4, and start writing down some aspects of those personalities. And you can start writing down what are the stress triggers on each of the groups. And some of you may belong to one, to more than one group. So, for example, I belong to the 4th one, but under stress, I become very much like the 1st one. So
our personality, it can be a little bit of 4.
It can be a little bit, but there is always
one who is more primary,
that is stronger in us, okay? And it is not trying to find faults. I mean, none of them are bad, nor of them are better than the other one. It is just traits of personalities, okay? And the idea is to be honest with ourselves, okay? Because when I started studying this 2 years ago, the first thing that I did was pointing at my husband. Oh, my husband is this, my husband is this, my husband is this. Oh, I can see totally my husband. I am not like this. And when I took the test, I was exactly in the group of my husband. And I was like, what? No, it can't be. But it is learning to accept yourself and recognize, because once you know yourself, you can grow yourself. So I will talk about the first group, okay? The first group of family members that display these behaviors, okay? This is people that is active. They are born leaders.
The first group name is active.
They call dominant. They are called dominant, but not because they are stronger than others. It is just the way they call them, dominant, okay? And this is the first group, and they are impatient. They are impatient. They are born leaders. They are dynamic, decisive, goal-oriented. I mean, if they get an idea, they will go and accomplish that, and they will be like horses. They don't look there, they don't look here, they don't care. Whomever they pass through, they will go. They will seek practical solutions. They are activators, and they lead and organize, and they excel in emergency. Now, they will be control-driven. Okay, they will easily try to take the control of the situations. I mean, this is the type of people that will try to tell you what's for dinner tonight and which movie we should watch today. And they will want to decide who will do what around the house.
I see a little bit of myself.
I mean, they will go, I think that my sister should be doing this, and my brother should be doing this, and you should be doing this. They won't mind confrontation. I mean, they're going to start an argument for nothing. They will tell you, how they feel. They won't mind telling you how uncomfortable they are. I'm uncomfortable with this situation. Do you have a family member or a child in mind? I would like for the ones that are participating in our live that they can tell us if they feel related, or if they know someone in their family that is like this. Maybe that is you, like you, Valentina. You may see reflected like that in this situation. Now, how this quarantine is striking on them, how this coronavirus situation, how this pandemic situation strikes on them. Their main fear is losing control or being taken advantage. So they will attempt to dominate. They will attempt to dominate. So here are some stress signals that you may see in them during these times. These are the triggers that you can see and you say, this is getting stressed already. They become resistant. They are the first one trying to break the rules. They are strong-willed. They will let you know how uncomfortable they are. They will let you know how they will express their opinion. I don't think the government is handling this correctly. They will be rebellious. And these three are the most evident. They will become angry, demanding, and controlling. But this is not because they are mean. I will explain to you what happened. They will get angry because their nature, they are wired to try to take the lead and solve situations. And this is a situation that is not in their hands to solve. You understand? So they will get aggravated. They will get angry because they can't solve something that they think. They wish for the government to call them and ask them for their opinion to solve the situation. So you need to be very careful when you are communicating with them, especially with adults. You may want to have in mind that you may have conflicts with them. But don't worry, I will let you know how you can down level their stress levels. But I would like to tell you 2 things for this group. They want for you to listen to what they have to say, and they want a direct communication. The more you explain something to them, the bigger the risk of escalating into an argument. So the best thing that you can do is to have a direct and respectful communication with them. Okay? Remember that I told you that my main group is the 4th, but under stress, I tend to go to the first one. So I have this tendency, Valentina, of not wanting people to give me many details. And I love bullet points. I love direct communication. So you give me the main idea and I'll get the rest, okay? So for example, if you are a wife and your husband is like this, he doesn't need for you to give him the 350 reasons for which you decided to put your child time out. Just tell him, Paulo is time out. He doesn't need for you to sit with them. You know what? I decided to put Paulo time out because it's been like a week that he has been presenting some behavioral issues. And on Monday, he did this. And on Tuesday, he did that. In 1 minute, you will have lost their attention. They have so much stuff in their mind that they only will give you 1 minute of their time. So this person in this first group doesn't need for you to explain to them the technical reasons for which the coronavirus exists and all the data out there and all the scientific experiments. They don't want the details. Okay? Also, they want to feel that they can control something, that they are in charge of something. And as adults, we are in charge of many things. But if it's one of our kids, giving them something to be in charge of will be amazing for them. That they are in charge of some sort of situation. It will work. I mean, if it's your kid and he is in charge of making sure that every day grandma is being called, they will be, it's going to be awesome for them. You're going to be in charge of the dog's food. But give them something that they understand that is something important for them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's you, the one presenting these characteristics, remember that others may not see the situation in the way you see it. Okay? Be mindful with the tone of your voice, because you may be trying to convey an idea, but you can come out rude because of the tone of your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are goal-oriented, you are task-oriented, you are not people-oriented. And your ideas comes to your mind like a tsunami. And you need to be mindful to not go out as a tsunami. You understand? Also be mindful that people may need some explanations. See, remember that I tend to go to this group. I'm comfortable with the what. Just tell me the what and I'm done. But others may need the how. And others may need the why. Okay? So it's important for, if you are part of this group, it's important for you to understand that you are not the only one in the house. Okay? So now, if as a parent, you need to correct your child that is like this, if your child is part of this D group, the dominant group, give only one warning. And then
Most of
immediately,
the time in family is also, you know, the grandmother or the tell me the other name, the parents of the husband of wife, the parents of
the grandparents, yes.
Yeah, grandparents, you know, most of the time, you know, they are like dominant, they
Yes,
in the family.
yes, the grandmas, especially the grandmas.
Sí.
Okay, especially the grandmas. And this is something that as I tell you, I will tell you, if we have the time, I will tell you later how you can communicate from your personality, from your type of personality, how you can communicate with each type of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what I was telling you, if you are a parent and you have a child that is in this first group, give them only one warning. And then immediately go to your correction for them. Don't go 1, 2, this is the second time I tell you this. This is the third time. They test the waters. Get right to the point with them. Focus on action and be specific on what needs to be done. Now, something very important when correcting them. Are you listening? Am I clear when I'm talking? Valentina?
Yeah, you're clear. This is the what the dominant group tell to them as well.
Yes.
Like the mother dominance tell to the children.
No, if you are in any group, but you have a child that presents this behavior, this is how you can correct them, how you can apply discipline, because they will drive you crazy in the house. So be sensible but logical with them, because they tend to rebel when discipline lacks a logical explanation. They won't accept, like, go to your room, Why? Because I'm your mom. No, they will rebel to that. Be logical to the punishment or to the correction, okay? Don't go because I said so. They won't understand that. They want a logic explanation. Also, they may try to negotiate the reduced punishment. I mean, they will try to negotiate. You will not have your phone for 6 hours. What about 4? They are very good at negotiating, but be brief and to the point and live. And after a confrontation, give them time to think before you bring it up again. Okay? You need to clarify who is in charge because these kids are ahead of time. They know when a parent is in trouble. So be clear. I mean, you are the parent and you are the one in charge. I am listening some feedback. Are you listening good?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Now, as parents,
Group.
no. Let me just tell you some phrases that you can tell to these kids. Sweet phrases that you can tell to these kids. You can tell him, hey, honey, I love how confident you are. Or I like that you set your mind into something and you go after it. And I like that you are committed and decisive. Okay? Being specific to honor their gifts, and they will value that a lot. Okay? We want to highlight the good behavior. Okay, second group. Second group. This is an I group. They are influentials. They are outgoing. They volunteer for jobs. I mean, even if they are kids are lazy and teenagers are lazy, but they love to know that they are doing you a favor. They make friends easily. They are people-oriented. They are emotional drama queens and kings. They are inspirational. They have this high level of energy. And they talk. They talk. They talk nonstop. They don't breathe. I mean, you're watching a movie and they don't stop talking. Especially if they have watched the movie before. You need to go, please, hush. I want to watch the movie. Don't say it. But they're so eager to tell you all the things about the movie. They love being the center of attention. The center of attention. They love being the center of attention. They are the soul of the party. Mm-hmm. So this is the type of people, Valentina, that will suffer the most this social distancing because they love physical contact. So these times are very challenging for them. This quarantine is striking on them because their main fear is not to be accepted or appreciated. So they will do even more to get attention, and they will become sometimes obnoxious. So the more they try to get attention from their family members, the more their family members will want to withdraw from him because they are too intense. And their stress level will go up. So here's some typical stress signals. They will become loud. This is very typical in kids. When they are stressed, they are very loud. Big emotional displays. I mean, drama queens and kings. You hold them for it. You tell them, hey, and they go, ah, this one is hurting me. Oh my God. They become drama queens because we need to understand they are seeking attention. They are seeking attention. And it is not for us to allow them to manipulate us with their drama, but to help them. And one motivator is to give them an opportunity to socialize and talk. These are kids, especially the kids, they are full of ideas. And if we take some time during the day to listen, they don't need more than 5 minutes because they're easily distracted. So they just need 5 minutes of our time, like in 5 different occasions throughout the day, um, of their attention. These are the kids willing to talk every day with their grandparents. So they may be the ones in charge of calling Nona and calling the Nono and calling the auntie and to find out if they're okay. They may be the ones in charge of that. If this is an adult that shows you these personality traits, show them that you really value what they have to say. Allow them to express themselves at least once a day. Ask them a question about something that you know they know about, and listen. I have a brother-in-law that he's like this. He's exactly like this. And I know he works in construction, and his main pride is his work. So when I talk to him, I ask him, what are you doing? And he spends like 10, 15 minutes, and I really listen to what he is saying. Okay? Also, talk less and listen more. Because as I told you, they are easily distracted. So if you are doing homework with them, instead of sitting with them for 40 minutes, instead of having 40 minutes conversation, have 4 10 minutes conversations. It's going to be easier.
Mm-hmm.
See, do you understand?
This second type of the group,
This
most
is
of the time they are repeating themselves
over and over again. They are repeating because they are distracted. They don't remember that they said something already, and they go and tell you again, especially if you didn't show any emotion. They want to make sure that you also share the same sort of emotion with them. Mm-hmm. So do not expect that your kid will sit with you for 40 minutes to do homework if your kid is like this. This is the kid that will be all over the walls. If he's like 6, 7 years old, he will become a monkey all over the wall because they are trying to get your attention. So how can you correct this type of child? Exclude them from activities. Okay? You won't be able to do this, and you know what? Explain to them how their poor behavior will make some people not want to spend time with them. Their main fear is that people don't want to be with them. So if you explain to them, hey, you know what? The way that you are behaving, people don't want to be with you. Oh, my goodness, that is the biggest thing for them. If people don't want to be with them, if they cannot be part of the group, they want to be in a room where there is people. So how can we honor these kids' strengths? How can we talk to their sweet spot? We can tell them, hey, I love that you are fun to be with. I like that you are a friendly person. I love your enthusiasm. It's contagious. See, this type of kids wants to be valued, and they want to feel that we enjoy their company. Mm-hmm. And also applies with the adults also. Okay, so now let's move to the third group. Okay, this is an S group. It's for secure. Mm-hmm. They are the safe, the ones that like to be in a safe environment. They are easygoing. They are well balanced. They are quiet but fun. They are agreeable. They are good listener. They help and look out for others. They are consistent. Now, most of the time, they are very sentimental. And if they live with someone like the first group, that person can come out like a tsunami to them and they will get hurt.
Oh.
So, how this quarantine is striking on them, their main fear is not feeling safe. So, they will withdraw from the situation. And you will see that they will become inactive. They will just not move. They will stay like this almost all day long because they may think that if they don't move, things won't move, things won't change. They don't like changes. Okay, so they think that if they just become inactive, if they just withdraw from the situation, it is like if they do this, they think that they are invisible. Okay, so the typical stress signals for this group, they get stressed when their security is threatened. They don't like changes. These are the type of people, for example, that they may not necessarily like their jobs, but they dislike even more having to change it. Okay, they don't want problems, they don't want issues, they are used to the way their life is. And everything that may alter their everyday life will stress them. Now, you know that we have been forced to change our lifestyle. So all of a sudden, if I'm this person, my dad is in the house and he is in a bad mood because he's not used to be in the house, and this stresses me. And all of a sudden, my little brother, the one who belongs to the second group, behaves like a monkey all over the walls, and he's here 24/7, and this is stressing me. And these people is like a sponge. They absorb all the stress from everybody. Do you follow me? So we need to be very careful with this type of people, kids and adults.
Those people, they don't talk a lot.
They don't talk a lot, but they listen a lot. And they will believe all of what the news says. Kids and adults, we need to be very careful of what we say in front of them, because the uncertainty of these times is a stress for them. They're not knowing what will happen. They need to know that they are in a safe environment. And all of a sudden, you are this type of person, and your mom brings 350 toilet paper packages into your room because she doesn't have where to storage them. And that is invading their space, and that stresses them. You need to try to have things for them the most normal possible. Do you understand? Don't make drastic changes around them. I have a friend, and she has a 15-year-old daughter that is like this. And she tells me that now, even when her husband goes to the grocery store, and the husband comes back with something negative or something concerning, it's concerning going to grocery store right now. This girl absorbs all of that. So now they're trying to be very careful with what they say in front of her, even with the news they watch on TV. Also, the thing is, Valentina, these people think about others first. So they will get worried about the families, the friends, the co-workers. They may even have anxiety attacks during this season.
The sound of the microphone change. Check what's happened on your phone.
I don't know.
Okay, now it's working again. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was telling you that they always think about others first. So they will spend their day thinking about their friends, their families, the co-workers, if they got sick, if they got food, if they are okay, they will get even anxious. They may even present anxiety attacks during this season. Okay? And they will do whatever is in their hands to keep the peace. So if you are this type of person, you need to be intentional with your thoughts. You need to put things in perspective and understand that there is a situation going on, but also understand that the news, the reality TV shows, the programs, all of them make money out of negativity. They will display all the negativity and all the bad news and all the things that they can in order to make money. So you need to have this in perspective. In one way, Valentina, that we can help our kids is to give them an additional boost of confidence by ensuring they have what they need to go through this time right now. And when you need to apply discipline or correct this child, you can't go like you corrected the first one or the second one. You may show silent disapproval about their misbehavior, but don't keep talking about it. That will hurt their feelings. Okay? And since they have a natural fear of confrontation, be mindful that they can crumble if you use the same strong correction that you use for the child in the first group. Okay? Be mindful when you correct them, but understand that they can become stubborn.
You
Okay?
can become.
So, stubborn. They can become capatosta. ¿Cómo se
Sí,
dice?
sí, sí, sí.
Okay, so what are the sweet words that you can tell this child? Hey, I love that you are a caring person. I really like how you try and get along with others. I really like that you are compassionate. I really like that sensitive side of you. Okay? So the fourth one, this is me.
One question about the third.
Uh-huh.
If, for example, because of the stress, it become very quiet, you don't talk a lot, and those people, they don't like change. How can we motivate them to become more active, because if they stay all day in the sofa, they don't move, or they don't talk, and other family members are more active, and they say, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Move, do something. How is the best way to, you know, move them?
To move them. Okay, this type of family member needs a one from the first group to activate them. Remember, the ones in the first group are activators.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that is a born leader can help them to activate themselves, always having in mind that they need to be careful on how they talk to them. Okay, don't put them together with the second group, because this person in the second group is so intense that it will come like a wall with them. So somebody who has initiative can talk to them and give them their space. You may say, this one don't want to talk. Give them their space, give them the information, and allow them to process the information and respect their systems. This is what happened. They love systems. They have a system for everything. So if you want for them to be more involved with the family needs to learn that they cannot be all over when they are around them. And this type of people, they're quiet, but they love making jokes. And they come like very quiet and they just go boom and make a joke. And then they go back to their quietness. And we need to respect They have a space that needs to be respected and understand that this situation may have them more quiet than the usual. So don't force them, especially the kids. Don't force them. Just see what are their interests and foster those interests. Okay, but don't try for the one that is animated to come and animate them. It won't work. They need one from the first group. Is that clear enough? Is that fair
Yes.
enough?
Yes.
Okay. So now the fourth group. This is the family member, analytical, logical. They are called C because they are correct. Mr. and Mrs. Perfection. I am married to this one, but I also belong to this group. It's just that I adapt better to other groups. But my husband is 100% part of this group. They are neat and organized. This is the type of person that will start cleaning the house, cleaning the garage, cleaning the closets, cleaning the pantries. And even if it's clean, they will clean it again. They will take the dog and give them a bath 3 times a week. And the dog is like, I'm clean already. I don't need some. But they're going to be cleaning and cleaning and cleaning because they need to feel that they can control something, because they need to feel useful. They need to feel useful. And by controlling the environment where they are, they feel that they are helping with the situation. Also, this type of people seeks perfection. They are details oriented. They are deep thinkers. And also, they easily see problems or errors like that. I see something that is written and I can spot the grammar errors like that. It is something inside of us that we are wired to detect. We are very detail oriented. This is the type of people that are accountants because they are good, like seeing the details in everything. Now, this is my husband in the middle of the coronavirus. Every morning, I have a detailed debrief of the latest numbers. And I am telling you this because I know some of you are like this, or you have a family member like this. He goes, Gisselle, I'm coming down of the stairs, and he go, good morning. In the last 24 hours, we have 261 new cases in North Carolina. We live in the border of North Carolina and South Carolina, okay? So he goes, we have 261 new cases in North Carolina and 364 new cases in South Carolina. They just said that today at 5 p.m., the stores are going to allow only 5 people every 1,000 feet. I mean, I don't even know what is 1,000 feet, but do you understand? Numbers, details, informations. If the first group hates details, these are the masters of details. My husband, he knows when it's gonna rain, how cold or how hot or how cold it's gonna be this morning, this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow morning. I mean, he even knows if last year was cooler or hotter than this year. This is people that love details and information. And how this quarantine is striking on them, their main fear is being criticized. Our main fear is being criticized. So we will tend to overanalyze more and take less action. We hate to be proven wrong. So if you ask me to do something and I feel that you are judging me, it may pass a week before I do it because I need to make sure that everything is perfect. Okay, so some stress signals are overly cautious. They will be night and they looking for information about the situation, about the coronavirus, about the latest death, which country has more people dead than others. They're going to become critical. If someone is not following instructions, my goodness, this is the type of neighbor that they are checking on what others are doing in the neighborhood.
Oh my God.
And if they are not doing what they're supposed to do, they will go to the Facebook page and post it and say that such and such neighbor in such and such house is not doing what they are supposed to do. Because they want for everybody to follow the rules. They are pessimistic. They will become pessimistic. And with this, especially with kids, they will start blaming others for everything.
But in this case, you are the fourth group, but you are not a pessimistic person.
Because under crisis, I tend to go to the first group.
Mm-hmm.
But I am wired to be a detail-oriented person. It's just that under stress, under crisis, in moments where there is an emergency, I switch. And that has to do also with my childhood. It has to do with the multiple times that I had to adapt to other situations. I lived in different countries. I lived with different families, and I learned to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone that has been steady all the time, like my husband, it is stronger in him. So for everything that happened in your house, this kid will blame others because they hate to be blamed or say, hey, it was your fault. So this is not the moment to make jokes with them because they may not get it. They are so focused in the details that if you tell them something sarcastic or ironic or a joke, they won't get it. They become very technical. Okay? If you make a joke to them, they may take it as an insult. Give them their space. Give them their space. They become quiet because they are evaluating all the info they are receiving. Okay? They love a conversation full of details, and the more detailed and technical you are with them, the better they feel. Okay? So if you are this type of person, try to learn to handle your emotions. You can't control what is outside, but you can definitely control what is inside. Now, these kids are the ones that are going to be asking you 24/7 everything. They want to know why, how, what. They will start, if they see you in the kitchen, they will start asking you, and how were those cookies made? And what ingredients did you use? And what and how? So this is an opportunity to help them to research and to analyze and to help them to discover things. So what I suggest for you to do with these kids is give them the resources where they can go and find the information, and then they love for you to ask them what they know. They love to show you what they know. So you can tell them, hey, you know what? I don't know, but I will give you some tools, some resources that you can go and find out, and then you can come and tell me what you learned. What did you find out about it? Oh, they will love that because they want to be the experts. Okay? But be ready because they will come back with a thesis. It's going to be a 3 pages long thesis of what they found, okay? So when we apply discipline or correcting them, focus on the facts and explain to them why what they did is unacceptable. And give them opportunities to ask questions, because when they ask you questions, they are processing information. When I got married to my husband, he would ask me everything. And I thought he was questioning me. And I had to learn that he wasn't questioning me. When they ask questions, they are gathering information and they are processing inside their minds with all the facts that you give them for them to give you a response. Sometimes I come to him and I tell him, you know what? I'm planning on doing this and this and this. What do you think? You know his answer? He goes, hmm. And I say,
So wait, what is the answer?
so next day I go, hey, what do you think about what I say? I'm thinking. And it is not that they're being mean. They are just gathering information because they want to give you the best response possible. And you can tell them, hey, I love how you always try to do your best. To your kids, you tell them, hey, I love how you like things organized. I love that you listen to what others have to say. They are good listeners. Like the third group, they are good listeners. Now,
And the
they
second
have,
group, the monkey in the wall,
uh-huh,
you know, that they speak
they don't
very
listen.
loud. How
They
can
don't
we
listen.
how can we tell them to speak less loud, or just to not repeat always the same thing?
You can level down their stress because remember, that is a signal of stress. Okay, so you can level it down by giving them a 5 minutes attention and allowing them to express themselves. Okay, do you feel that would you like to tell me something? Do you feel that you need to express something that you are feeling right now? I would like to listen to what you have to say. See, kids know, they have the ability to read us, and they know if we are fake or if we are being honest with them. See, I feel that you need to tell me something. And maybe I am not paying you the attention you need, but I will give you 5 minutes. And you know what? I was telling my friend because one of my friends have a child like that. And I said, take an alarm, even in your phone. See, 5 minutes. I will give you 5 minutes for you to tell me what you feel. And I will put it here. Once these 5 minutes go by, it's going to be done.
Oh my God! If they ask more time.
No, they need to understand and and then you can go ahead and tell them, you know what? When you start behaving like this, people don't really want and enjoy your company. And you want for them to enjoy your company, right? You see how I am telling you to say yes? People really you want for people to enjoy your company, right? And they will go, yeah. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes for you to tell me what is that is going on. Take them in a separate corner. I know that houses can be small, but you need to withdraw them from the rest of the family because the rest of the family is getting tense with them. It's feeling the stress. Okay. So I think we can finish here. I have other things, but I just want to leave you with a final thought. Okay. Um, let's understand that we are all in the same storm right now. We are in the same storm, but we are all with different types of boats. Some of us are battleship or destroyers, like the first group. Others are a cruise ship, like the second group. Others are a hospital ship, like the third group. And others are a research submarine, like the fourth group. But we are all in the same storm, and we just need to learn to hold on together and navigate as a team until this storm passes. If we learn how to work as a team, recognizing my strength, your strength, my point of stress, your points of stress, we will come out stronger than ever out of this
Wow.
situation.
Beautiful message. I really like it a lot.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
message. Thank you, Gisselle, for sharing all those information, precious information.
It was my pleasure.
And we give some tips, some advice to parents, but not only parents, because, even family, friends that are living together,
Mhm.
they can learn about this. And if somebody have questions, they can write us down. They can write us a message in the comment. I will share as soon as possible this video on EGTV and later on YouTube as well. So you can write us. And thank you so much again, Gisselle, for your time and for your explanation.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Big kiss. Ciao.
Ciao.